Hi, this is Lynn Schnobby with Educating with Wisdom, and I'm the ambassador for Heaven's creating and protecting goddesses and archangels over life. Okay, this morning when I've had a discussion with God, actually this is for Representative Tulsi Gabbard, because as some of you already know, I am promoting that we have both a male and a female president. If I look at what the Bible actually states and the fact that men cannot and do not take proper responsibility for women, that women need to have a woman that is ultimately on top of them, because God is both female and male. Tulsi Gabbard was the person that came to mind last fall, and I realized that Hillary Clinton was so set up. I'm not saying Mrs. Clinton is a perfect person. I'm not saying that at all. But she deserved to have an outing and let people know what she knew. I am the person who on October the 27th, 2016 went to the National Republican headquarters in West Palm Beach and showed them my documents, and the next day Mr. Comey came out and said that Hillary Clinton was still under investigation. And that really threw the election. But it was, and I'm not saying that the Russians did not meddle in some way, but the actual meddling occurred with Barack Obama and the British. That is correct. Yes. So I already have documents out there on this. And so what I'm going to attempt to do is place 4 people up there, and that will be a continuation of President Trump, because he is guilty of many things, but he's not guilty of the things that people say he has done regarding election meddling. And to keep his Vice President Pence up there, as well as then giving Mrs. Clinton an opportunity to step in for women and to help move us into this new age, to let us know what's been going on, and to Miss Gabbard to be her vice president. There's actually so much for her to do, and she's of a generation that is going to be picking up this slack. There's really so much Miss Gabbard needs to do. The learning curve is stupendous. And there's going to be a lot of stepping in on her part when the others are really coming out with what's happening. So that's where we're at. As I was getting a piece on Göbekli Tepe, which really put these 3 judges that God showed me in 2000 front and center, because I've really kind of given up on the situation. And God said, okay, it's time to get going. I was doing some searching on my family to include that in my case, to send to Ms. Gabbard, AOC, House Speaker Pelosi, and Senator Susan Collins. And so all of a sudden, while I'm on my site looking up my grandmother, I hear this voice coming in. It interrupts on site, and we're going to go into it. And as I'm listening to it, because I have the document that's open, that is this letter that I'm writing, that I've been working on for months, and it's open to Miss Tulsi Gabbard and then these other people. And I'm working on it. And all of a sudden this voice breaks in, and I'm saying to myself, is that her voice? And it breaks in a few times. And sure enough, as I'm looking it up, I'm then looking up her, and that is her voice. Well, what happened is that I did this. I thought, oh my goodness, I have to document this. I've got to let people know what's happening. So what I did is I started filming it, And I thought that I got all the tabs up on top so that you could see me click things open so that you could see that it was happening. You know, it was a little bit like that October 20th, 2018, where while I'm taping it on YouTube, it keeps breaking into the Russian deal, and that Russian deal had been deleted on YouTube, and it keeps breaking in with a black screen, and you keep hearing the voice for it. So anyway, because the tabs didn't work. Well, what I did after I closed out, a few minutes later, I went back to that site and I opened it up. I reopened it up, and when I turned it on the next few times, you could still hear it going over the site, and you could see that the tabs, there's nothing open. So I'm going to put everything together right this minute. I know you're saying, oh, and why do you do these things? Because they're legal documents, and I have to let these other people know that this is actually what's happening in life, and they're saying, okay, now it's time to contact them. So let's stop seeing me. All right, let's get out of this. So this is where I went to, and this is the site that's there. We're just going to refresh this. Here we go. See, you don't hear.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we do hear something. Oh my God.
Okay, we've got a couple people walking around with the microphone. We'll start here with you, sir.
Oh no.
Good afternoon. I've been looking over the
They're doing it.
chessboard,
Oh, wait a
and it
minute.
seems that
Hold on a second.
one
Did we
in
see
Florida,
this? Hold
Michigan,
on,
Pennsylvania,
is this
and
right?
Wisconsin with a minority of the vote.
Hold on.
He votes.
I guess
And Michigan-
we're doing
in
this
Michigan,
again. Can we see this? I hope
If
so.
the libertarians had been allowed in the presidential
I hope we can
debates,
see all this
then
again.
the libertarians, two former Republican governors, probably would have taken more votes away
So, wait a
from
minute.
Trump,
So,
and the
hold on.
Democrats may have wound up winning
Okay.
in those states. Now, if
So-
you find an organization that would sponsor, that would run presidential debates and allow the libertarians
Let's see
to
what's going on
participate
here. I don't
and
know if that's
invite
gonna happen. Hold on.
Republicans if they choose or not to, I like that chess move because
I don't know how to
it
get
gets
out of this.
Donald Trump out of the White House.
Here we go. This is what I have going on with YouTube.
And because it would allow the libertarians to present their solutions to more voters. And I think you would like that chess move because it would help
Here's
get
what
you
I have
elected.
going on.
Fair
All right,
enough.
So that's her voice.
Thank you. What's your name, sir?
And I don't have anything here.
I'm Tom Alcier.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. Look, I think I want to get to the heart of the issue that you're raising, which is that we need a fair and impartial system that allows for more than just the two parties to be represented, and that we allow voters to be able to hear the voices of those who are seeking to serve our country. I think that the concentration of power that exists within these two parties that's really fueled by money does a disservice to the American people in a lot of ways, as we see how that imbalance of power exists and the negative consequences that come
And I
from
can't
that.
turn it off. There we go. There we go. So I can't turn it off. So let's see what happens here. So this is her voice again. And I did this morning. Let's see if we can do this again. Very weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard.
Aloha!
That's her voice.
Aloha, Iowa Democrats! It's so great to be here with all of you. Thank you so much for the great work that you have been doing and that you continue to do as we head into this.
So that really threw me off because I was not expecting that to happen. So let's go in and refresh that again. And I hope I have all these tabs that are open. I don't know what we're seeing here. I don't know what we're taping. I hope we can see all the tabs. Let's go back in and see how this works. Okay, this is very weird. So let's go back to this, because what happened is that every time I refreshed it, it did the same thing. Okay, I don't have anything here. That's what I have here. And this is what I have here. And I don't have anything else open here. That's it. And I have this here. That's all I have. I have one thing open. And those are the other little things that I was going to try to tape. That is the Tulsi Gabbard thing. Okay, oh, I guess we have to look at that one too. So let's see if that one is. I don't know if we can. I just tried it again. And here we go. Let's redo it. And it did. See there, it's nothing else is open there either.
Thank you very much. We've got a couple people walking around with the microphone. We'll start here with you, sir.
Okay, so let's close out of that and see, and that's something I taped earlier in the day. Can I close out of that one? I can, and let's see if I can go back. I wonder if that'll do it again. All right, so this is all I have open. There is nothing else open, just, what's here. So we can have that here, or that here, or this here. Here are full speeches. Let's go back and take a peek. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're not going to listen to the whole thing if it does. No?
Thank you very much.
They did. Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
Okay, we've got a couple people walking around with the microphone. We'll start here with you, sir.
Good afternoon. I've been looking over the chessboard, and it seems that Trump won in Florida, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin with a minority of the vote.
Right.
He won by 11,000 votes in Michigan, while the Libertarians got 16 times that number of votes.
In Michigan?
In Michigan.
So I guess we're going to say goodnight.
If the Libertarians had been allowed in the presidential debates, then the Libertarians, two former Republican governors,